Also, oh, that is such a tongue twister, holy shit. Hey guys, Mariana here. Thanks for coming back. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe down below. For this week's video, I'm going to be talking about how I go to an art school. I wanted to talk about this because a lot of people have certain kind of misconceived concepts about what actually happens here at an art school. So I thought it's only right from an actual art student to kind of clear it up. So if you want to learn more, keep watching. If you didn't watch one of my previous videos, 25 random questions about me, you didn't know that I go to Pratt Institute, which is an art school located in Brooklyn. There I am majoring in photography and minoring in writing and literature. Schools, not all the majors are the same. They sometimes vary. For example, Pratt is an art school that also offers a writing portion. It's a little bit more geared towards art because it's for like creative writing and like writing screenplays and novels and poetry, but there are portions of it like the writing and literature, which I'm going to be part of, that is more like journalism based. The first point that I want to make that I think is really important to clear up is that art school is not as easy as it seems. After my first semester here at Pratt, a lot of students that I knew from high school kind of all said this reoccurring thing of, oh, it must be so easy, like it must be so nice not to do papers and like math problems and science problems. The answer is no, that's not true at all. It's actually the exact opposite. In art school, you're assigned projects, and if you don't do those projects on time and kind of BS them, the teachers will call you out and there's no if, buts, or thens. You do that, you get an F. On top of, we still have those other things. The one perk of being at Pratt, and a lot of other art schools too, you still have to take liberal art courses. So for example, my freshman year, I had to take an English course. This year as a sophomore, I had to take World Civ courses. So I'm kind of doing double the load. So you're doing those projects on top of, you still have to do papers. Another point to make about art schools is the programs within the art schools tend to vary, and that I mean by some schools like Pratt, and I think SAIC, which is in Chicago, is kind of the same, where it's very, very fine art based. So their goal is to hope that you want to produce work that you would see in a museum or in a gallery. While there are other schools like SVA, also disclaimer, this kind of depends on the major, but there are things like in SVA where they kind of are more commercial based. Like they're there to help you kind of figure out like what's the latest happening in the commercial world. Now, it's not that Pratt doesn't do that. It does do that at times. It's just not as, what's the right word? I guess promoted? I don't know. But anyways, the teachers do try to help their best to kind of prepare you for what the real world is like. Before actually I make it, I'm gonna say, I'm not saying that with art school you have to do this more than a regular college. I'm just saying this was something that stood out to me that I didn't realize was such a big proponent of art school. And if you're watching this and you want to go to art school, you need to know this. And that is, with going to an art school, you will learn very quickly that you need to manage your time incredibly. It is so hard to procrastinate and do well in art school. It varies for majors, this time management, so I'm kind of giving it to you as like the point of view of a photo major. For me, it's time management in the sense of that with being a photo major at Pratt, we have facilities that don't stay open later than midnight, which is a great thing because then it prevents you from pulling all-nighters, which is not fun, let me tell you. But at the same time, it's hard because then you have to manage around that, as well as you have to sign up for those times to go use the printers and the dark rooms and everything else in the facility. There's also a time management thing that will lead into the next comment about art school, which is supplies. For a lot of other majors, we have an art store right across the street from us that is really, really convenient. The only thing that's kind of a downfall for it is that it's a little bit on the pricier side, so that can be annoying. And that was going to be my next point, is that with art school, supplies are so expensive. So expensive. Because there's nothing you really can do about it, because it's not like all of a sudden they're like, okay, you're a student, we're going to jack up the prices. No. Supplies for paint, canvases, even camera gear, paper, everything like that has been like this for years, and that's just the unfortunate truth. Back to what I was saying before is, for a photo student, what's kind of difficult at times too is we have to order our supplies a lot from B&H, which is a photo store. They supply papers, you can actually buy cameras there and lenses there, but most of the time it's for paper and for film, because we have to take a digital course as well as a black and white course that's working with an old film camera. Require a lot of materials that require us to order from B&H. Now, the problem with that is, well, let me backtrack. One perk of it is that being in Brooklyn, it makes the timing for the shipping super quick. Like literally I get the next day sometimes. The downfall is that sometimes our midterms and finals tend to fall around Jewish holidays, and the company is run by people of the Jewish faith. So when they have those holidays, they tend to close down the store. And if you don't have your paper or your film ready for your final, your midterm, you are fucked. Pardon my French. But teachers don't take crap like that. If you don't have it, that's not their problem and you get in trouble. So that's kind of where time management comes in place, where you really need to sort out your time and know, okay, if I'm gonna need X amount of film for the next month, let me do that before it's Passover and the store's closed. Now, probably watching this so far, you might think that the teachers are really scary, but it's true, they are at times, but more importantly, they are amazing. The one perk about Pratt, and really all art schools in general, is that in order to be a staff member here, you have to actually be a working artist yourself, which is pretty amazing. So these teachers that we are working with one-on-one are actual artists in the field being successful, which means a lot. Through that, you can build a lot of connections. And as I said before previously, you get a lot of insider on what is actually happening out in the world. Last and final thing I want to say about this is that I wouldn't have it any other way. I am so happy that I went to an art school. And the reason why I am making this video, and foremost, is that if you're someone like me where all through your life in high school, you thought that you'd be going to like a big university, and then kind of spur of the moment, you found this passion for art, whatever medium it is, and kind of teetered on whether you wanted to go to a liberal art school or an art school. I'm here to tell you your best option is to go to an art school. Being here is great. There's nothing better than being around people that like art just as much as you do and are passionate about it just as much as you are. On top of it all, you get so much exposure, contacts, and just overall a well-rounded idea of how it's gonna be in the real world. And that to me is so helpful. I feel like it really, really, truly prepares you for whatever kind of profession you want to do. Okay, that's it for this week. I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up or subscribe. As I said before, if you're someone who's thinking of going to an art school, I really hope this was helpful and maybe making your decision on where you want to go. Otherwise, just look out. I'll be posting more videos next week. Every Wednesday is when I post videos, and sometimes Mondays and Wednesdays, but those are just more like spur of the moment things. Anyways, that's it. Bye guys!